Think of your car's engine as its heart. Just like our hearts need a steady flow of blood to work properly, your engine needs oil. Oil is the lifeblood of your car, and regular oil changes are like checkups for your engine's health. Without fresh oil, your engine would quickly overheat, wear down, and eventually stop working altogether. Now, we understand that car maintenance might seem intimidating, especially if you're not a mechanic. But trust us, checking your oil level and getting regular oil changes is much simpler than you think. In this guide, we'll walk you through the basics of car oil, why it's so important, and how you can keep your car running smoothly for years to come. We'll use simple language and easy-to-follow steps so that even if you're a complete beginner, you'll feel confident taking care of your car's oil needs. So buckle up and let's dive into the world of oil changes together. Ready to become your car's best friend? Let's get started. Imagine hundreds of metal parts moving at high speeds inside your car's engine. That's what happens every time you start your car. Without proper lubrication, these parts would rub against each other, creating friction and heat. This friction is the enemy of your engine, leading to wear and tear that can ultimately lead to costly repairs. This is where oil comes in. Oil acts as a protective barrier between these moving parts, reducing friction and preventing them from grinding against each other. Think of it as a slippery shield that keeps everything running smoothly. But that's not all. Oil also helps to cool down the engine, preventing it from overheating. As the engine runs, it generates a lot of heat. Oil absorbs this heat and carries it away to the oil pan, where it can cool down before circulating back through the engine. This cooling effect is essential for maintaining your engine's performance and preventing damage. In short, oil is like a superhero for your engine, fighting friction, reducing wear and tear, and keeping everything running cool and collected. Just like you need regular doctor's appointments to stay healthy, your car needs regular oil changes to stay in tip-top shape. But how often should you change your oil? The answer depends on a few factors, such as your car's make and model, your driving habits, and the type of oil you use. As a general rule of thumb, most car manufacturers recommend an oil change every 3,000 miles or every 3 months, whichever comes first. However, newer cars with synthetic oil can often go longer between changes, sometimes up to 7,500 or even 10,000 miles. To be absolutely sure, it's always best to consult your car's owner's manual. The manual will provide specific recommendations for your car model, ensuring you're giving your engine the care it needs. It's also important to remember that driving conditions can affect how often you need to change your oil. If you frequently drive in stop-and-go traffic, extreme temperatures, or dusty conditions, you may need to change your oil more frequently. These conditions put extra stress on your engine, and more frequent oil changes can help counteract the wear and tear. Checking your car's oil level is one of the easiest yet most important maintenance tasks you can do. It only takes a few minutes, and it can save you a lot of trouble in the long run. Here's a simple step-by-step guide to help you out.
Step 1. Park on a level surface. Find a flat surface to park your car. This will ensure you get an accurate reading of the oil level. Step 2. Let the engine cool. It's best to check your oil level when the engine is cold, as hot oil can burn you. Turn off the engine and wait for at least 10 to 15 minutes to let it cool down. Step 3. Locate the dipstick. Open the hood of your car and look for the dipstick. It's usually a brightly colored loop or handle, often yellow or orange, located near the engine block. Step 4. Pull out the dipstick. Carefully pull out the dipstick and wipe it clean with a rag or paper towel. Step 5. Reinsert and check. Reinsert the dipstick all the way back into its tube, then pull it out again and hold it horizontally.
Section 5. Signs. Your car is crying out for an oil change. Your car has ingenious ways of letting you know when it's time for an oil change. You just need to know what to look for. Here are some telltale signs that your car is due for an oil change. First, the check engine light. This warning light on your dashboard is like your car's checkup reminder. While it could signal several issues, low oil level or pressure is a common culprit. Next, dirty oil. Remember the clean, honey-like oil we talked about? Over time, it can turn dark and gritty due to accumulated dirt and debris. If you check your dipstick and the oil looks more like black sludge, it's time for a change. Also, listen for knocking or tapping sounds. Your engine should run smoothly. If you hear loud knocking or tapping sounds coming from the engine, especially when idling, it could be a sign of insufficient lubrication due to low oil levels. Lastly, increased engine noise. As oil breaks down, it loses its ability to lubricate and muffle engine noise. If your engine sounds louder than usual, it's worth checking your oil level. Section 6. Ignoring the signs, a costly mistake. Skipping oil changes might seem like a harmless way to save a few bucks, but trust us, it's a gamble you don't want to take. Ignoring those oil change reminders can lead to a domino effect of engine problems, and ultimately, a hefty bill from your mechanic. Here's why. When your engine runs on old, dirty oil, it's like trying to run a marathon with sand in your shoes. The engine has to work harder, leading to increased wear and tear on its vital components. Over time, this can cause premature engine failure, which is a nightmare scenario for any car owner. Low oil levels can also lead to overheating. Remember how oil helps to cool down the engine? Without enough oil, the engine can overheat, potentially causing severe damage to gaskets, seals, and even the engine block itself. Think of it this way: regular oil changes are an investment, not an expense. They might seem like an extra cost now, but they can save you thousands of dollars in potential engine repairs down the line. Just like people, cars aren't one size fits all when it comes to oil changes. The type of car you drive, your driving habits, and even the climate you live in can all influence how often you should change your oil and what type of oil is best for your engine. For example, if you mainly use your car for short trips around town, your engine doesn't get as hot and the oil doesn't break down as quickly. In this case, you might be able to stretch your oil change intervals a bit longer. However, if you frequently tow heavy loads or drive in stop-and-go traffic, your engine works harder, and more frequent oil changes are crucial. Similarly, if you live in a region with extreme temperatures, whether scorching hot summers or freezing winters, your engine oil needs to be able to withstand those conditions. High-mileage oils are specifically formulated for older vehicles with over 75,000 miles on the odometer. The best way to determine the ideal oil change schedule and oil type for your car is to consult your owner's manual. Walking down the oil aisle at the auto parts store can feel like entering a maze of numbers, letters, and brands. Don't worry, we've all been there. Choosing the right oil for your car doesn't have to be confusing. The key is understanding those seemingly cryptic numbers and letters on the oil bottles. The most important thing to look for is the oil's viscosity, which is indicated by a code like 5W30 or 10W40. Viscosity refers to the oil's thickness or resistance to flow at different temperatures. The W stands for winter, and the number preceding it indicates the oil's viscosity at low temperatures. Lower numbers mean the oil flows better in cold weather, which is crucial for easy engine starts on chilly mornings. The second number after the W represents the oil's viscosity at high temperatures. Higher numbers indicate thicker oil that provides better protection in hot weather. Your car's owner's manual will specify the recommended viscosity range for your engine. Using the correct viscosity oil is essential for proper engine lubrication and performance. So, you've decided it's time for an oil change. Now comes the question: do you tackle it yourself or head to a mechanic? Both options have their pros and cons. DIY oil changes can be a rewarding experience and a great way to save some money. If you have basic mechanical skills and the right tools, it's a relatively straightforward process. You'll need a wrench to remove the drain plug, an oil filter wrench, a drain pan to catch the old oil, and a funnel to pour in the new oil. However, if you're short on time, don't have the necessary tools, or simply prefer to leave it to the professionals, taking your car to a trusted mechanic is always a reliable option. They have the experience and equipment to perform an oil change quickly and efficiently, and they can also check for any other potential issues with your car while it's in their shop. Ultimately, the decision of whether to DIY or go to a mechanic comes down to your comfort level, budget, and time constraints. Whichever route you choose, the important thing is to ensure your car gets its regular dose of fresh oil.
Just like we need to take care of our own health, our cars need regular attention and maintenance to stay in top shape. Oil changes might seem like a small thing, but they play a huge role in your car's longevity and performance. By understanding the importance of oil changes, knowing how to check your oil level, and following the recommended maintenance schedule, you're taking proactive steps to protect your investment and avoid costly repairs down the line. Remember, a little care goes a long way when it comes to car ownership. By making oil changes a regular part of your car care routine, you're setting yourself up for miles and miles of happy driving. Remember, oil is like the blood of your car. At Millings Auto, we sell a wide selection of oils. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching.